It's gonna be the very best day of your life. It's gonna be, yeah. Do you believe it? It's gonna be the very best day of your life.
Yeah. You was picking out your fit, plan to decorate your crib. You was about to get it lit. I know. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. I can see it in your eyes, yeah, it's codependence. When you spend your time, see you're lacking vision. Where you compromise, got no independence. You see me living life and you get offended. Yeah, you get offended. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Where your real friends at? Somebody tell me where your real friends at? Where your real friends at? I know you don't feel that. Yeah. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing.
This is pain, this is youth, This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting fucked up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
You give me new life. You give me new life.
It's time and I'm giving you what you're asking for. Future told no time for digging up the past, bruh. Talking about all the people that didn't last. It's scarcity, it's time for using what you have. Just be grateful, the strong is always the last. Things are quick, so settle for we could pass. People's choices are hardly the ones chosen. I'm stepping out of the grave, that's your omen. Yeah, yeah, flower child, inflorescent, warrior, feel my presence, sagacity, pressure, from dead broke, home and affluent, underdog, made a past of it, on top of this shit, what's happening, born in darkness, came to life, within the masses, eternal life.
You give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life. Oh, you give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life.
They locked me out, outsider. Felt the pressure in the room when the boy beside him. Despite disguises, they can see the difference. Cubic don't shine the same in the diamond's presence. Them lies don't hold the same when the prophet's present. Impossible to tame when the locks are missing. The blocks are missing, the box is missing. Reach your hand and find a switch, but I'm wired different. You can think we work the same, but a profit different. You can think we preach the same, but the cloth is different. Sort of a maverick, I don't fit you boys' equations, I resist the average. Y'all playing Madden, I'm running real plays, I just make it happen. Got the doubt of saying who would've thunk of it. Life gave me the assist, made a dunk of it. I'm the one the papers chasing, so it's dumb rich. Truth's #1 supply, you can come get it.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
Hey, let's run it back. I think I got one more.
You give me new life.
You wasting time waiting, thinking I'ma fall behind. I'm the future, baby, I ain't even seen my prime. Culture spinning on my axis, so I'm never late. You just left to try to catch the waves that I create. But this ain't surfing, no, these waters for the boat. You never catch it from just talking about it, Lord knows. Got them nodding from the bars I wrote a decade ago. That's how you know when it's the truth, 'cause they'll never get old. And I know you getting tired of the lies when they catch you in the vulnerable times, then they robbing you blind. I know they look like sheep in the eyes, but they're wolves in the mind. Take your innocence to hang you to dry. If you question anything that they try, I speak from a confident mind and there's tears in your eyes. And it make you wanna go, and it make me wanna go on them, hang them from their feet. I just do it with my speech.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Today I'm gonna live my dreams and accept how God created me. I won't let confusion, frustration, insecurity stop me. So I've made up in my mind that I'll be all that I'm meant to be, yeah. And there's nothing in this world that I'd let block me. I gotta get what's mine, yeah, yeah. No hater can stop my favor. It's not determined by you anyway. And I've been waiting for this moment in my life, so I ain't worried about what he has to say. And please believe me, you don't have to bet on me, cause I'll bet on me any day. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get what's meant for me. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get it, go get it. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 I gotta get what's mine.
I'm giving it, I'm focused. I've got my mind right, it's ain't focus. Cause I never knew what I had until you came in and you worked it out. Said I'm strong and I'm moving on. I'm thankful cause you showed me that my deepest fear was not my failure, but that I'm powerful beyond measure. I thought, who was I to be brilliant and change the world? I'm freeing all of my enemies to change the world.
Yeah, I believe in this season that we'll rise above all our seasons, flying high for a lifetime. So y'all move over cause it's high time. Believe me, we going somewhere. The ground's fit good and we ain't staying here. Forget reminiscing and grieving, cause we exist for this reason, to bring back hope to our daughters, make more men of our brothers. This legacy to our fathers, that security to our mothers, to spread more light to the nations, pursue all peace with all patience, presenting God-like lifestyles. Y'all thought wrong, but it's right now. Donate millions to children, secure our future from billions. Culture shifting how you're living. Don't try to keep up, man, we different. We gon' live how we want to. Kids don't eat like they want to. Trillion dimensions through our visions. Cooking up culture in our kitchen. Celebrating forever.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
They're dreaming, they're killing your dreams, they're pleading your steam. They're jealous of us, they're burying your potential's too much. If you would just lift up yourself, believe in you, there's really nothing else that they could ever do. They hiding the truth, they following you, cause you got the jewel. But that is enough, it's time to step up, I realize in you, you're more than they could ever handle. I pray that you're hearing me. You're perfect as you really are. The world will see just own who you are. You are, you are beautiful. Own who you are. You are, you are powerful. Own who you are. You are, you are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
Hourglass, all class. Maybe wanna spend some time with you. Girl, you know what you mean to me. I believe you were made for me. Girl, you better use your honor. It's time to let the world know it. Cause what's a star to the world if it hides its light from the world below it? I done seen them competing with you, non-stop. You ain't wanna see them do it. Steady measuring, but never measuring up to you. They could never do it. But friends soon turn to enemies. Don't let them take what's meant to be. Just make that thing your energy. Just own who you are. Just
Own who you are. You are, you are beautiful. Own who you are. You are, you are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal. Own who you are. You are beautiful. Own who you are. You are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Welcome to The Way, an Iexist presentation. We're so happy you found us. In just a few seconds, you will embark on a transformative journey through powerful teaching aimed to satisfy our company's core mission, to press and empower everyone possible to lead a life that is full of fulfillment. We can't wait to hear how this impacts all of you. While you're here, engage with us. Hit that like button, subscribe. Please share this with everyone that you know. Grant others the same opportunity to become all that they are. Thank you and enjoy.
Thank you so much. Welcome to The Way. This is the spiritual edition, I believe. I wanted it to be the business and leadership edition, but we'll see how it goes. If I change it, it's just because we went another way. But I almost missed doing the weekly thing. It feels like we haven't met in so long, but I'm loaded, always loaded with more. I told you I could teach every day. I was telling you all out there in the hall that at a particular time we were season training for where we are today. And I don't know if they would describe it as a heavenly, probably at times for sure, or a hellish experience. But a couple of the people that are sitting in with me today, right now, had to endure, we're talking about at least an hour. And you'll see by my previous presentations, not hard for me to go over that at all. Shout out to all of my clientele who get to experience the loads of information that come from me all the time. But these guys literally were sitting through, I know, at least an hour of training, sometimes 2, maybe 3, at times for at least a year and a half. Okay. I do this. And I'm not saying that in a way that is saying that it's of my making. I'm wired to do that or to do this. And so it comes naturally. It's a grace that I appreciate. We'll jump straight in. I have a few important questions for you today. Don't mind me if I'm a tiny bit sleepy. It's all good. I'll give you the greatest meal you've had in the world in a while, okay? I have a few very important questions for you today. This will be a self-assessing type of conversation. Remember, if I say conversation, it's not necessarily that you're even responding to me in what you call the chat, we call the hall. I'm saying conversation because no matter what, we can't stop the conversation that happens within a person after something is being displayed. I know there's a lot of teachers that would like for you to just accept things, but I'm of the wise type and the realistic type. And I realize that no matter what, and by the way, it should be this way, right? Because your decision, even your ability to pick out truth or anything like that is predicated upon you even being able to have a conversation about what's said, what's presented, no matter who's talking to you, right? So you'll come to conclusions, by the way, if anybody ever tries to bypass that concluding that can happen through conversation in your own mind, run, okay? It's not our aim to do that to you. We want you to be able to make the appropriate, let's use the words right now, judgments, and be able to come to the proper conclusion about what's true and what's not. Let me say this up front. The type of person I am, I'm always like, let every man, every human be a liar and only God be true. Okay. Here's the question I have for you And then you'll see even why what I just said is highly important to this whole thing. The name of this conversation, by the way, is The Proof. The Proof. We'll talk slightly for a moment about what it is or what it means to be the proof. We'll also talk about, and here's the question I have for all of you: who made you? This is what you need to be self-assessing today. Who made us? Who made you? You need to ask yourself that specifically. I'm asking you that. Who made you? There's only two options for that in this world. We'll get to it in a second. But let me talk to you about the proof, what it is to be the proof. Number one, let me lay this out for you. Primarily or foundationally speaking, you need to know what the proof is for and what it's not for. I've said this maybe multiple times now in previous episodes. By the way, we'll get back to little David in this conversation. It will be the last that I know of installment for our broadcast for now, okay, concerning David and his run-in with Saul and all these things. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did at least 4 episodes that were centered around the historical figure, King David, and they can be found. What was the first one? The Taking. Yeah. The Taking started it. So we did a month long of conversations once a week. And we're normally only doing twice a month. That's why I said it feels like it's been a while, because we went back to, for now, twice a month for this month. All right. Started with The Taking. Then we went to Favor. Then we had the One Part 1. Then we had the One Part 2. If you want to refresh yourself or see what the basis of some of this conversation will be, you need to go back to those. By the way, subscribe to the YouTube while you're there. I realize that maybe many of you are watching it and have not subscribed yet. If you're scared, don't worry. It's not like, I don't know. This is how much I want you to subscribe and continue to be able to get this good information. I don't know. It may be possible that even your profile can be hidden, okay? If you're worried about us seeing who subscribed. It ain't that big of a deal to me. I'm not even checking for things like that anyway. I just want as many people to get this as possible, and I care about you and want you to get as much truth as possible, okay? So I'll be adding some David in here, weaving him in every now and then. But let's define or foundationally discover what the proof is for. Now, anytime you hear the words the proof, right, you think about something that's being presented to you that will, without a doubt, bring you to a conclusion about what's true or what's not true. Okay? So I'll give you the answer first. The answer is that the proof is only for the truth. I've said this multiple times, but in no way, shape, or form are we here under the guise or with the idea that we're going to do something that's going to prove ourselves to you. I've said this maybe multiple times. I have zero to prove. Nothing to prove. The proof is in the pudding. You get what you get when it comes down to me, okay? And down to this organization. We are what we are, right? I've had many conversations about, listen, if this isn't your particular flavor or something like that, or something you can subscribe to, always lean to where you can be fed, or that's somewhere that's giving you what you need, even that's time appropriate. I've said that we're a mature crowd and a mature teaching. If that's hard for you to consume, and I've stated this before, but maybe some of you who are new wouldn't know this, I'll never forget a particular lesson I got from my mother a long time ago. And she was telling me, Bryan, listen, don't choke the people. And I really, it's my effort to not do that. At the same time, one of the best ways I can do that is to say, hey, this is for a mature audience. I'm always going to teach probably high level things. I do high level coaching. We do deep dives. By the way, our company is a coaching company. You should go check that out at the link that's being provided for you right now. But I really want you to take my statement seriously, because there's nothing in my heart that wants to make you trip up or try to digest something that's just too, if it, confuses you or something like that. Not that anything I'm saying is actually confusing, but if it's too much, please, we have nothing to prove. I'm not using words that I don't normally use in conversation and stuff like that. I'm not that guy. 100, again, and I've said this before, and this is even not to prove anything to you, but I'm just telling you the truth. I've literally been called too authentic before, okay? Whether you believe that or not, I guess you have to draw your own conclusion, but I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that for this reason. Please digest what you can. If it ever is too much, don't worry about it. God has other ways to get you what you need in this moment, okay? All right. Life has other ways. People, maybe. So the proof is for the truth, okay? In using us for an example, we have nothing to prove. The proof is primarily and should be probably singularly used, I would say 99.9, if not 100% of the time, for the truth only. Not to prove yourself to others. Because realistically, speaking to you very realistically, most people have drawn their conclusions about you in the first place. I think I told a story recently about how I went into a particular place and they invited me in. I was doing work for them for a while. And I told them I had a 5-year plan. I don't know if it was a 5-year or I don't know. I know I didn't say 5-year plan, but I told them I had a plan in place. I said, this is what I'm going to do. I appreciate you for your time and allowing me to work with you. But this is what I'm looking forward to. I'm honest this way so that I won't create any false expectations, even for people that I'm working for or working with. Okay? Just a real person. That's my definition of real. I know you say that and people are like, what does that even mean? But in this way, I'm saying I like honesty. So I'm telling them maybe 2 years into engagement with this particular company, they say something to the degree like, hey, I was let go for unmentioned reasons that had nothing to do with me, actually. And it's let me finish the story and you'll see. Somebody came behind me who also worked in that environment and said, hey man, what y'all did was cruel. Why'd y'all do that to this guy, right? And well, we thought this. And the person who knows me actually literally has called me too honest before also, by the way, said that this person, Bryan, told you exactly what his expectations were, things like that. Here's what they say. Oh, we thought we could change him. Okay. The proof of what I had said to them came over time. Okay. Here's the interesting thing about the truth. To us, maybe, if you're anything like me, it's always late. It shows up in time. Okay, I'm going somewhere. Don't let me lose you. The truth shows up in time. It's always late to the party. So the point is, people draw their conclusions up front about you. For whatever reason, they had determined I was not telling them the truth. Maybe they're like, well, we hear a lot of people say they're going to do this. We hear a lot of people say this and that about themselves. And it's hardly true. So we'll just assume Bryan is on that assembly line of people that have come in to give us this same speech. Not knowing that maybe they would view it this way. There was an anomaly on the assembly line. Okay. There was something abnormal that had come. Because they had never prepped for abnormal, they threw it away. This makes me want to go into a whole conversation about how abnormal costs you greatly. And I'm not saying to the person that's the anomaly. I'm saying even to the system that it's within. Whole nother conversation. But the proof is for the truth. Okay, so when I bring proof to the forefront, we're trying to map out what's true. The reason why you should never prove yourself to anybody is because even if the truth displays itself, people will still draw their own conclusions, right? I'm thinking about the glove situation right now. There's a famous murder mystery. No matter what proof anybody brings to the table, people draw their own conclusions. This happens all the time. No matter what I can put on the table, people categorize you, see you how they're going to see you. Okay? To this day, me using myself again, maybe as a small example to this, I could prove over and over that I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And people still will or can categorize you as what they thought of you when they first met you. Okay? They've already done it. They've already drawn conclusions. They've already made the mistake of doing so. So the proof I'm helping you cannot be for you to prove yourself to other people. Because even when the truth displays itself, people will control you if you let them, concerning their opinions of you and how they see you and how things should go for you and all these things. So that should not matter. It cannot matter to you long term. Okay. The proof is not to prove yourself. Oh, I'll show you the proof. I'm going to go out here and do it. I'll do it because I'm going to prove myself to you. That person doesn't like you now. You're going to prove yourself. And as a matter of fact, it's going to get worse. They're going to hate you later. Pride in a person will literally make them hate you if you are the proof that they're a lie. Okay? One more time. Even if you were to prove yourself to an individual, if you said you were going to do something, you go out there and actually do it. It actually happens. People who have decided to hate you can learn to hate you more because they didn't want it to be true in the first place. But let me get back to this. The truth takes time, people. Everyone thinks they know the truth. Everyone's drawing conclusions. Early judgments. The truth takes time. Okay. So the proof is for the sake of truth. At the beginning of a trial or something like that, you have what's being presented. You have statements being made. And here's what I'm really telling you. People normally already draw conclusions, unfortunately. Right. But smarter people who are wise, they'll wait until proof is presented. But what's the proof for? It's just for a better conclusion, a more accurate conclusion. Now, you still have people, no matter, you can have 12 jurors on jury duty. All right. Who still come to separate conclusions because some of them have literally made their conclusion from the get-go. I like this person. I don't think they do this. I don't like this person. They definitely. You get what I'm saying? You always have your early judgment. That's why it's 12 jurors anyway. OK. To kind of up the chances for the truth actually coming through. But all the time we hear these things about how corrupt the legal system is and things like that, because it doesn't matter how many systems you put into play. I promise you I'm going somewhere. I haven't forgotten who made you. OK, that's the question. It doesn't matter how many systematic things you put in play to try to ensure that only the truth rises, or that people conclude or even gravitate to or even take hold of the truth. At the end of the day, it still comes down to a personal decision. Remember, from the get-go, I'm talking to you about the fact that every time I'm talking, you're having a conversation. You're having a conversation with your past. You're having a conversation with the people around you. You're having a conversation with your experience, with yourself, with your plans, your goals, your dreams, with your training. Whoever taught you how to be, how to exist in this world. Some of you are having conversations with the devil. Others of you are having great conversations with God. It's all happening, right? But what is this conversation for? And what is it examining? Okay. The proof is not to prove yourself. Don't get caught up in this, people. The proof is just for the truth that someone would latch on to the truth. Why am I saying all of this? Let me tell you what David and Iexist may have in common. I'll talk about him as if he's alive today. They both exist to be the truth. Excuse me, the proof. I'm sorry. Both David and I'm gonna squeeze Iexist, our company. I told you that we were multiple things. I said we're here to be an answer. I said we're here to be the unbelievable. Okay. Today, I'll let you know through this display that we are here to be the proof. David was the proof. You see, what happens is that people get caught up in one of two ways. I told you. Now, I asked you to self-examine with this question: who made you? The answer to that question can only be two things. Either you're made or you've been made by the will of humans. I want to say man, okay, but anytime I say the term or the word man or men, anything like that, I'm saying humans, all right? So women are included, obviously, okay? I'm saying human beings, either by the will of humans or by the hand of God. Only two options. Either you were made by the will of man or by the hand of God. I made a comment in one of the displays between the 4 episodes. I said that one day I may teach you, this is how I said it, about the idea of thrones. There was a real reason why David's throne is said to be one that would last forever. But Saul's throne was only temporary. And today, here, we're going to make the case for why that is. And I didn't know at the time that I'd even be talking about this when I made that statement. But it's on me to do so, okay? Quick answer. One throne was erected by the will of men. The other was established by the hand of God. Hear me. One was erected by the will of humans. The other was established by the hand of God. David lived, he existed to be the proof. In what way? That there was a totally new, different, outside regime. Here's the issue we run into. Many of you don't know what system, what regime, what lineage, what foundation you're on or you're a part of. There's only 2. In 2 minutes or so, we'll tell you the mistake that a lot of you make. The pride road. We'll lead you down this 3rd way, okay? But there's only 2. I told you, quick answer. You're either made by the will of men or the hand of God, okay? Saul's throne was erected by the will of men. What this means is that he was a people's choice category man. Someone simple, someone easy, someone pleasing, someone we can get along with due to their pleasing of us, things like that. I don't have a whole lot of time to get into that. But here's really quickly a systematic error you make. And I'm going to give you a very strong statement right here. Please pay close attention. Any system, hear me, any system. This is why this is the spiritual edition, by the way. Any system, and we'll say person super quick too, that does not acknowledge a God who is either outside or who supersedes that system, has replaced that system or human. They've replaced God with that system or that human. Okay. So let me say that very clean for you. Any system, and I'll use system primarily here, that does not acknowledge a God who is either outside, both, and supersedes that system, has replaced God with that system. Here's another strong statement behind it. God uses systems, but he's not the system. This is my only, maybe the only one I'll state right now, But this is a main gripe for me with all of you who go around calling God the universe. That's made up of systems, the solar system, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Made up of systems. When you equate God to the system, you diminish the idea that he is both apart from it and above it. Okay, so this is why a lot of you have bad days if the solar system says you're going to have a bad day. Because you are not subject to God, you're making yourself subject to the system. Hear me really clean here. I don't have a bad day because the stars aligned a particular way if the one who gives me good or bad days is above that system. This is taking me back to an episode that I need to refer you to right now called Above It All. We were always supposed to take our seat, humans, in a place of dominance above all of these systems, all the things that we unfortunately sometimes equate to and make an idol out of. See, the issue is not that God doesn't use these systems. I'm not even telling you that you couldn't read the stars to see something. I know that's a controversial statement, but let me say this to you. There's constellations, things like that, but I'll use this one example, and this is for the Christians who would tune in and be scared that I said that. If 3 wise men could use the star that was in the sky to locate Jesus, right? We could talk about the sons of Issachar, things like that, right? Who knew times and seasons because they read what? The stars, okay? It's not a whole nother display. What I need to say is, it's not that systems cannot be used. But here's what you need to know. That system does not determine. Okay? When you rob yourself of actual true spirituality, those systems no longer become things that God can work through in your life. And I'm sorry, well, I'm not apologizing that this is such a spiritual display, but I already told you this is the spiritual edition, right? There is a God. And we'll get to why I'm saying it this way in a second, right? They don't just become things that God can use. You're robbing yourself of the God who is outside, apart from it, and who supersedes it. And so more than the system just being used, you start letting the system determine your outcomes. And if the system is what makes you, then it'll be the system that breaks you. Most people don't know this about, again, historical figures. King Saul, King David. Saul, although anointed by a prophet, was a people choice. I don't know what was up with Samuel, the prophet who anointed him. And a lot of you business and leadership people need to really take hold of what I'm saying, because who builds you is going to determine how long what you have stays on this planet. Okay. Stays in existence. Who builds it matters, right? I'm self-made. You won't last. I'm even being lit up on the inside over this idea. If God doesn't build a house, the laborers work in vain. You know, we don't do self-building at all here, to be honest with you. This is why I'm even so amazed. I could pull up stats right now. Thousands of downloads for our audio podcast. 120, I think, maybe 21 countries. It's reached 99% organically. I haven't posted there. This is the shameful. I mean, it's not shameful. This is the, let me use a different word. This is the part that is not good as a business owner, potentially. I took a break from it, but I haven't posted there in a long time, in months. Okay. Always getting updates, more people watching, more people downloading, things like that. Okay. The country number keeps going up. Did you hear me say 99% organically? The type of ad money I spent was nothing compared to what Coca-Cola, the brand, is doing. Disney is doing. I don't even know if they would consider it pennies. It's like broken pennies to them. Half a penny. Okay. If that. Dust. Pocket lint. To these companies, okay? All right? But here's the realization, right? How I'm so grateful and why I refuse to be self-made is because you're two things. Either made by the will of men, and notice I'm saying the will of men, because if men establish you, they can determine your downfall too. Now, we talked about favor, right? Talked about the character David. And I'm even saying to you, I'm telling you, no matter what you do to Bryan, he will rise. Because I am not made by the will of men. You have to understand, and I'll relate to David in this way. Since the boy was rejected since a jit, okay? Never the people's choice. Even when he got in front of Saul doubted him immediately. David, who had some conformity issues. I don't want to wear it at the war, man. I want to wear what I want to wear. Okay, I got this. Let me go do my work. Let me go do damage. Okay? The insubordinate. David, the insubordinate. Okay? Not lower than is what that means, by the way. David, the insubordinate, having some conformity issues, he's doubted the whole way through. Saul's like, yeah, we'll have some entertainment. Let's see you go out there, young man, little boy, fight this giant. Doubted him the whole time. Didn't even believe. The Bible states this clearly. Okay. Scripture states that clearly. But here's what I'm getting to. The fact was that there was nothing you were going to be able to do. Whatever rose against him, he conquered, he won. No matter what, he had favor regardless. Right? And what I'm saying is the rise was without the will of men. Nobody. And you imagine an actual prophet. I don't know what his deal was. Even when at David's house said, he still picked wrong. This has to be the guy right here. He was looking at one of David's brothers. I don't know what his issue was. He had seeming little fleshy. But at the end of the day, this is how he chose, right? And this was the will of man. And so there's a distinction made. I'm sorry to get biblical for 2 seconds, because I know a lot of you haven't read it, but there's two different moments. Samuel actually anoints Saul, and then he goes to do David later on. But here's the issue. It was his choice the first time. Most people don't realize that. It was God's choice the second time. Okay. So we have a whole different method that's being used because God's like, this time I'm going to choose. I'll let you do your thing the first time. Saul's throne was erected by the will of humans. And if people make you, they will break you. You know why many of you actually believe in cancel culture? It's because you've been erected. Your throne or your thrones have been erected by the hand or the will, of humans. It's the system that made you. You build the system, you build your own throne, you do all these things, and you think, okay, this is what's going to establish me. And you know for a fact, without that throne, you're nobody. Without the money, you're nobody. Without the supposed influence, you're nobody. Because it's the system that determined for you. Again, and so many of you fall. This is why, let me say this other strong statement. I've never been concerned about what a man can do or a human can do for me. Never. Uninterested. So some of you don't understand maybe some strong statements that I'll make again that I'm inspired to in a moment. Will be the proof of this, by the way. David was born to be the proof. Of what? Of the existence of a new regime, of a God who didn't care what your system said. So listen, this is where so many of you get confused. I already know. I'm a teacher. I told you we never teach what we don't know. It's a mistake because it won't yield the fruit of truth eventually. Okay. Even if you're in unbelief right now, we do not teach what we don't know. Okay. But here's the issue that some of you are going to have, right? Well, who, even if God blesses you in this material world, who's it going to come through? Majority, 99.9. Yeah, I feel you. Old friend of mine, not to say that our friendship has expired, I'm saying it's been a friend of mine for a long time, said to me, he's an older gentleman, older than me. But he was saying to me, he said, Bryan, every time you pray, God sends a person. So I know and understand that the hands of men will be involved. But how on the flip side could you say, no matter what you do to me, anybody, any of you could say this, when actually submitted or under the regime of a God-driven reality. Let me say it to you that way. Okay? How in the world could you say favor no matter what? The issue is, going back one more time, I told you God can use a system, any system, to bless you. The difference is the reason why you all are made by the will of men is because you've fallen into the belief that it's the system that's determining your blessing or your uprise or your success or your fulfillment. Listen, God uses us as individuals. I'm a system, a network of systems. Your brain function, your body function. These are systems. God uses, he breathes life into them, into a system. But he is both a part and superior to the system And it's he that determines, at least for us. And some of you, he will after this, because your mind will form some repentance. Okay. That means you'll change your mind, by the way. Okay. So the issue becomes, and let me stab at it this way. Okay. And I'll do more than stab at it. I'm gonna hit it right on target. Gracefully, by grace. Okay. The issue becomes this, right? I'm looking at these historical figures, David and Saul, and I'm like, I didn't understand. I couldn't I'm like, what is it about these two? Number one of the most dysfunctional relationships I've seen ever. Love, hate, love, hate. And then I drew a conclusion too that maybe you couldn't hate somebody so much that you didn't actually love, purely love at a particular point. I'll teach you a lesson on that some other time. Okay. There had to be some real emotional input for there to have been any malice or hate developed in the first place. Okay. That's what I believe. Okay. Most dysfunctional relationship, I couldn't understand why you would try to kill David. Why wouldn't you loose him? Why wouldn't you fire him? Saul, why kill him? And I'm using the word fire because he was both a warrior, right? And at the time, even a musician for Saul, which was his introduction. But eventually, he had his own battalion inside of Saul's camp. Okay. But why wouldn't you just tell him, hey, man, we don't. And I understand this. Looking back or in retrospect over the whole ordeal, the issue was that there had to be some sort of a gender-driven strategy to dismiss the idea in others that God would ever or dare anoint another king. There had to be some only one strategy in play to keep the people at bay, because the system is what was making Saul. There had to be some anointed one, I'm the only one strategy. And this is the only thing that works, because, listen, please pay attention. David was the proof. Who made David? Who made him? The one who received praise almost immediately when entering into the kingdom after discovering the fight and then killing the giant, things like that. Most of you should have heard at least echoes of parts of this story, okay? David and Goliath, things like that, all right? It's used as metaphor everywhere and everything like that, right? So who in the world made David? Because he was a made man when he got to the kingdom. He received praises of a made man, even by the people. Saul couldn't take credit for his making. The kingdom could not take credit for the system could not take credit for his making. They knew. They recognized, okay, that David, apart from this system, continuing to be a particular thing, just listen to me. Is a lie's worst enemy. Because the proof is for the truth. Please hear me. We exist to be the proof, okay? The proof was that there was a God who was apart from a system, who was superior to the system, that would dare anoint someone else. Not even in opposition. I know. The idea to kill rather than loose was like cutting loose ends, okay? And some of you anointed ones will hear me really strongly right through here. You aren't always being or trying to be killed because of some mistake, some moral failure, some whatever the thing is, you know what I mean? Something that maybe people would deem justifiable. But because you're the proof that there is a God both above and apart from a system. So let me do a little bit of teaching on this super quickly. And then actually we're going to go. You know, I decided not too long ago that we're not even going to take a break today. Bullet train straight through. Okay. And the episode will be over. And we'll be back next week. Okay. So here's what you need to know. Okay. Made the statement a second ago. I made the statement a second ago that I'm not interested in what a man can do, because the difference, yet again, is that God will use a system, a human. But if it's God who is your actual maker, that system or man does not determine your rise or fall. Men like control because they want to determine. And the issue becomes that this is why many of you end up in predicaments you never wanted to be in bondage, literally. We talk a lot about not being able to make your own decisions, choices, all these things. You're in bondage. You're in emotional trauma. You're in emotional bondage. You can't like what the system doesn't approve. You can't love anything other than what the system approves. You can't do anything. Listen, this is recorded bondage. It creates a certain amount of impotence in your life because God can't get through to you so that you can even bear the fruit of fulfillment in your life. You're always just on the outside of fulfillment. You're just always on the outside of the type of life you could actually want, that you really, truly desire. Because the system, when I live by it, when I make it God, it's a leveler. It levels everybody out. It levels the playing field. And I'm going to tell you why God couldn't. Some of you would like to use life. Cool. All right. It's fine. Life can't get through to you what you would like. I'm going to use God because he's an anomaly. Now we're back to the beginning. God is an anomaly. He actually, listen, may use a system, but he stands on the outside of the system. Go back again to Above It All. The episode called Above It All that's attached to this YouTube, okay? Why? A lot of you don't know you don't worship God. You've replaced him with men, humans, man or woman. You've replaced him with systems a long time ago. You were taught this way. You were trained this way. So most of you are blind as bats. You have no insight. You have nothing spiritual, blind. 1,000,000%. This is the only way you get around to killing Jesus. This is the only way you kill prophets of old or whatever the thing is, all of these people. And I don't care if you go recent history or distant history. Okay. How do you do that? Why? Let's go back to the one. Why try to kill, which won't happen? In David's case, why would you even try? Impotence, blindness, jealousy, hate, misunderstanding, many other things that sound a little bit more soft that I'm not going to use, okay? Bad teaching, bad training. You don't worship God. You don't serve him. And this is why a lot of you have been having church history conversations for forever. I'm just proving it to you right now, okay? I'm not proving, not myself. I'm saying we putting the cards on the table. The issue a lot of you actually have when it comes down to church and stuff like that is that something in your soul realizes there are people who worship systems that fall in line with systems who indoctrinate people out of knowing God. Learn the system. Get to know the system. The system of approval. And by the way, I told you, here's a difference. God uses a man, a woman, human. He uses a system. But when I'm being lifted by the hand of God, the system will never determine your outcomes, my outcomes, your outcomes. It doesn't work that way. There's always a God who is superior, who stands outside of the system, okay? For this reason, a lot of you get what they call, and I'm not even going to use that phrase, trigger warning, okay? Bad statement coming. The only way a lot of you getting bent over in offices for your uprise, I think I am going to say it, diddied, okay? The reason that's happening to you is because you don't serve God. You actually, and I'm using the word serve, I'll give you a better one. You don't believe in God. You believe in whatever man or system has been placed in front of you. Super quickly before I get out of here, because I feel my exit coming up, okay? Super quickly. Here's the tricky part again. Going high class teaching for a moment, okay? A lot of you believe, and here's the problem. I told you there's only two things, okay? You're either being made by the will of a man, human, woman, man, or by the hand of God in this life. A lot of you think that you're self-made. And here's the mistake you're making. This is the mistake of the third option. This is why that there's an idea that says there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. I'm self-willed. I'm self-motivated to a particular end that I've concocted, that I've constructed, right? You see the same thing. You see the liking of this in the story of the Tower of Babel, okay? These humans said, we will build a city that has a tower. Historically, the idea is that there would be a temple at the top of this tower that would reach heaven, right? Listen, it says we will make essentially ourselves great. We will make a name for ourselves. Okay? Self-made. The problem and why this leads to the same impotence, the same pride, it's based from the same pride. It leaves you with the same amount of blindness as everyone who goes down this path. The reason is because there's no third option. You're like, well, I don't got to go God. I don't got to go to the devil. I'm going to be self-made. You're already on the devil's path. That is the devil's path. I'm going to lift my throne. The words of actual Satan. Again, this is biblically. But it's giving you the pattern. You're making yourself. I promise you, and I'm talking to you very spiritually now, there's no third option. You think there is. And this is all of you who don't want to declare anything, and I trust me, I'm empathetic to a small degree, to a degree. I get it. Church hurt, whatever the thing, right? Whatever happened to you. I know foul churches like the back of my hand. Okay. I get it. It's listen, and I'm still sitting here letting you know, either you're going to be God made or human made. That's system made. That's human hands. Humans are determining, okay? Determining your outcomes. It's a completely different thing, okay? So never fall into this whole trap. I'm trying to teach you, please. Come out of that trap too. You don't have your own. Success only comes from two places. And I'm telling you, you're on the devil's path. If you think you're just going to make it up and go around God, I really believe that there's a spiritual awakening. I know because I seem to be a part of it. Y'all have to understand, behind every business strategy is a spiritual essence. Behind every rise, listen, whether it's Satan's strategy or God's, every single one of them, behind every governmental structure, nothing just arose. Please hear me. Something is using it. There are no voids in the spirit. Something is using every system, every single one. How do I know what's using the system? Am I in charge, leading, heading this system? Is it by the will of myself? And I'm talking as if I'm a boss, okay? I am, but I'm saying it for you bosses, okay? Are you telling yourself, are you constructing yourself? Are you lifting your own throne? Are you making a name for yourself? How do I know I'm making a name for myself? It's the impression game. I got to impress. Have you noticed? And I know you don't know. And I just go back and look at any episode, listen to any podcast. I've spent not a lick of time trying to impress people. I will present truths to you, right? The numbers thing at the beginning, I have no will to lead you to believe that I'm somebody because I said something about X amount of thousand downloads. It actually doesn't mean, it means something to me because I know the Lord. Listen, the momentum behind these things is just him. Because, and then I said 99.9% organic, or 99% organic, 99.9%, probably more accurately, organic. But I don't even remember the last time I ran an ad. Okay. So the issue is this. Are you willing to be God made? Because if you're making yourself, what I'm saying is there's no, I know how I look to some of you. Trust me, I understand. I look at my own videos. Trust me. Master teacher. Okay. Here. I know what I'm doing, but the fact of the matter is, there's no impression trying to be made other than giving you what's needed for now. Okay? This is the game. No moral, ethic, virtue signaling or whatever. I don't even know if that's the proper term, but whatever it is, right? I could care because it ain't about me. Right. And it shouldn't be about you as a business person. It shouldn't be about you as a governmental leader. It shouldn't be about you as some elder or some organized church structure, temple, whatever the thing. Once you're lifting your own throne, you die eventually. Saul's throne died because the will of men could only keep him there for so long. If the kingdom is what's making you, the kingdom will break you. I promise you. Nothing you do without belief truly in God. If he's not using your system, and again, how do I know who's really at the top? Because when I'm really at the top, people, even under me, serve my system. They're governed by, more so, everything. My system determines their outcomes. I'm teaching you something. Or does God determine it? Can the anomaly named God disrupt anything that I'm doing, any structure, change anything at any point in time? Let me say right here, we're not talking about insanity. We're not talking about hurting people. We're not talking about disrupting people's fruitfulness. Okay. I need to say that. We're talking about getting to the point of actual fruitfulness and fulfillment. Okay. Who's determining your life? That's what you need to start asking yourself. And for a lot of you, it ain't you. It's some system, it's some whatever. You get what I mean? Because you trust in humans. By the way, let me say this lastly. Do you not realize Saul, again, most dysfunctional relationship I see right now, okay, didn't even like, for the most part, I like I said, I don't know if hate could be that strong if there wasn't some love that issued that, okay? But at the end of the day, David was in his own enemy's territory and was blessed. Imagine this. What I'm telling you is y'all believe that This is how you know, again, that you're under the rule of system, that you believe in systems, that you believe in men, because you think men gotta like you. When you're favored, God will bless you through your enemies. Listen to me. Systems don't determine when it's God I believe in. You will see the rise of Iexist, anything associated with us, by the will, the hand of God. No man. I'm never sucked up in my life. I don't do it. Ask anybody. Find them. I'm appreciative. I'm respectful. I'm thankful sometimes for systems, things like that, because God uses systems, even your governmental system, even presidents, even all these people. He can use them. But just know two things. They're always being used by somebody, even if it's Satan at a particular point, okay? But the issue becomes this. Can you give over to actual belief in God? Can you credit the one who's actually bringing you into particular things? And it's not just credit. Will you allow him to make you? This needs to be your decision today. You got to let him make you. I've never made my own name in anything. Some of you would say, well, then maybe that's why I've never heard of you till today. But you're hearing me now. Why? What pitch have I made to you? Think. The outcomes I have are not by the will of men. I'm telling you that for a fact. 0 people have tried to kill me. Over and over and over and over again. Reputation, lying, all this other stuff. And don't worry, the truth comes in time. We exist to be the proof. It will come. Just give it time, people. I want to stop saying people. Give it time, people. Just give it time. Listen, may you live to be the proof. The proof of what? Of a God outside of every system and structure that he created. That does not allow the creation determine for you your outcome. God has decided my outcomes. Not you, not systems, not you or any other system, anything like that. Okay? I'm saying that you is you all. Okay? I want you to have this boldness. But you don't have it apart from God, who determines your outcomes, okay? He will use systems, but don't you know, hate can bless you. You don't need to be loved. You don't need to be liked. You need one determining factor. And if that determining factor is the one who sits on the throne that's above it all, you don't have anything to worry about. And I already know the outcomes determined for me. That's why I speak with such boldness. And you need to understand this too, right? I just told you the truth comes in time. Now, you all have witnessed, if you've been here long enough, right? All the time I say particular things or whatever. The truth takes time. But listen, I sat here and told you. I've said this before, again, in boldness. That's true boldness. I don't have any other mode. Come talk to me. So you can see. Never been any other thing. Passive, whatever the thing is. Whatever. Okay? Here's the issue. Golden age. That came back to me, right? I said, listen, we're a foot in the door of a golden age. I think this was last year. I've never seen so many posts, especially from the White House. I know again, whether you agree or not, I know that's the thing I was telling you at the beginning. Again, no matter what's presented, some of you have determined how you're going to think about a particular thing. But we told you back then, foot in the door of a golden age. I had seen nothing, no posts, no nothing from anybody, heard nothing from any governmental anything. Okay? I'm just telling you. I'm just reporting. Okay? May you live to become the proof. I really pray that for you. May you live to become the proof. I remember saying something about the David and McCall situation where I was like, may she have the grace to inherit the house of David. This was an entirely different regime, a new way of thinking, a new way of living. Someone born outside of the system to the system. So the conformity or the adjustment to that, I knew. Even in the story, it's like it had to be hard for her. Had to be, okay? Again, but who determined David's outcome? Nobody. They wanted to murder him. They didn't want him to have this particular thing, the daughter, anything like that. God, may God be your determining factor, okay? May you usher in a new regime in your life that he begin to be the determining factor, okay? May we all live, those who agree, if you would believe. I exist. Again, we're here to be the proof. May you all learn to live to be the proof. There is a God who is outside of the system, who can bless you through and in the system. And I hope y'all hearing me when you're from other countries and everything. Stop being so dependent, leaning on these systems. I know it ain't perfect. What system is perfect? None. Zero. Let me teach you. Zero. But it's because you're you're leaning on the systems. You're trusting in the system. You believe in the system that you don't have the outcomes you want. He can't work through it because your belief is not in him. You don't believe in God. You believe in the system. But may your trust exalt itself. May it go to the right place, to a God who is above it all, above every single human, myself included. Our prayers to be one God or a system God can use, breathe through, not to be anything or not to be God. Think about it. Again, may you live, exist to be the proof, like us, like me. I'm leading you in this, okay? By the way, we all know who the ones leading are at all points in time. No foolery in the spirit, okay? All right. As you know, we exist, that you may prosper. We exist to be the proof, the unbelievable, the truth. A true answer, okay? And until next time.
We hope you enjoyed our experience. If you would like to gain access to more in-depth teachings such as this one, a host of other products and services, or the opportunity to partner with others who are becoming all that they are, join our exclusive membership community. Join the nation, the Iexist Nation. All the info you need can be found in the description of this video. Until next time.
Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, 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 better. Ooh, better, 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 better. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, 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 better. Oh, better, 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 better. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe.